Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is week 15, the final three uh, videos. They're a little bit longer. That's fine. That's great. But this video is a little longer than previous weeks. This is our final week. Great job, everyone. I'll get you your feedback as soon as possible. But let's stop yammering on and let's get right into it with Team Three's proposal. All right.
Hello, we are Team 3 and we are going to suggest some proposals for Han Elementary School. I'm Minato and I'll start with our team proposal. Here is the table of contents. First, I'll talk about some information about Han Elementary School. Then, Yeonho will suggest some proposals. Lastly, Jin-hyuk will suggest an additional proposal for technology use. Now, let's begin with some information about Han Elementary School. According to the school's website, there are 22 students. 13 of them are boys and 9 of them are girls. Also, there are 7 teachers. The school is located in Yanggu, and if you look the address up in maps, you can find out that the school is located near MDL, which is Hyujeonsan in Korean. Now, let's look at the number of students in detail. There are 6 second graders, 7 fourth graders, 5 fifth graders, and 4 sixth graders. Currently, there aren't any first or third graders at the school. Here is a chart from the school's website. If you look into it closely, you can see that there aren't any native instructors at school. Due to the absence of a native instructor, the school is having an after-school program where students can speak to a native speaker by video chats. Also, there is a class where students can practice speaking in English with a Korean teacher. From the information we gathered, we could find 2 problems that need to be solved. First, the number of students is very small. As I mentioned earlier, there are only 4 to 7 students in each grade, except first and third, where there aren't any students. Second, the school lacks a native instructor. To solve these problems, we suggest 2 proposals. 1. A mentor-mentee system. 2. Additional after-school English program. Now, Yeonho will introduce the proposals.
As Heian Elementary School is a small school, there are some grades that none of the students will belong to. Thus, we concluded that we need to make some program that the entire student can participate without being divided into grades. Our first proposal is introducing a mentor-mentee system in the school. This can meet the needs of new programs that integrate the whole students in the school. There are 6 students in second grade, 7 in fourth grade, 5 in fifth grade, and 4 in sixth grade. We are planning to match the second graders to the fifth graders and the fourth graders to the sixth graders. The older students are going to be mentors and the younger students are going to be mentees. The sixth graders would have 2 mentees for each student because the fourth graders are almost twice the sixth graders. We planned to match the students having some gap between ages because we didn't want the students who are not confident in English to feel the burden of being mentors. The following are the objectives of this program. First, we propose to meet the needs of new programs of integrating students who are in different grades. Secondly, we want to make the students not feel afraid of reading English. Finally, we want the students to learn how to cooperate with others. Teachers designate an English storybook to a mentor-mentee team twice a month. They should cooperate and help each other to read the storybook and comprehend the content. After reading and studying the book, the students visit their teachers and read the book aloud in front of the teacher. And then the teachers give the students some interesting missions to check the students' comprehension of what they read. The mission can be solving some puzzles, taking a picture of copying a scene from the book, or anything else. The teachers gather all the worksheets, pictures, and everything else that the students submitted as the output of the mission. This would be the portfolios for each group. Teachers evaluate each team's accomplishments, referred to the portfolios. The evaluation must be done on various areas, including the completion of the missions, how much of students' English ability has been enhanced, and the cooperation of mentor and mentee. After the evaluations, the students' portfolios can be exhibited in the hallway or some empty classroom at the end of the semester. Also, the teachers would provide the students some questionnaires asking their opinions of this program. Through the questionnaire, teachers can ask if the students feel less anxious to read English compared to the time before joining the mentor-mentee program, and if the students think that they learned how to cooperate with others. If more than half of the children answer yes to the questions, then we can consider the program as a success. The immediate benefit of this program is that the students can experience reading English more frequently. The short-term benefits are that the students can be closer regardless of the grades that they are in. Also, students' ability to collaborate with others will be enhanced. The following are long-term benefits of this program. The mentor-mentee system can be a representative program of the school, and this can be led to the increase of student population in the community. Also, the students can feel interested in reading English rather than feel anxious when they need to read something in English. The expected challenge of this program is that the students who are not good at English can feel like they're forced to join this program. We can mitigate this problem by evaluating the students' English level and their characteristics before matching the students into a team. Teachers can match the students into a team considering their English level and their personalities. If the students are matched with a partner who has a similar English level, or a student who has a higher English level but can teach them kindly, then they'd feel much better to join the program. Our second proposal is to open an after-school English class that the entire student body joins altogether. There are two objectives of this program. First, we propose to meet the needs of new programs integrating the entire student body without dividing them into grades. Secondly, we want the students to overcome the fear of writing English. This after-school English class will be planned for each semester, and the mentor-mentee program that we mentioned will also be adopted here. Basically, we planned these after-school classes twice or three times a week, but the number of times can be changed depending on the school circumstances. In the after-school class, students will read a full-length novel for children with a teacher. The books must be prepared enough for each student to have their books individually. In each class, students will read some of a novel with their teacher. The way of reading can be differed depending on the decision of the teacher. After reading the book together, students will do some writing activities. The mentor and mentee must cooperate to complete the task. For example, they can write a letter to one of the characters in the novel. The mentor and mentee discuss who will get the letter, and the mentee looks for some words they need in a dictionary, and the mentor can make the words into a full sentence. Also, teachers can give students some group work that require the cooperation of more than two teams. Teachers would evaluate the students' accomplishments through their attitude dealing with the task and the outputs of each class. The evaluation should be done in long term, focused on the positive change of the students. The success or failure of this program will be judged in two ways. First, the teachers would observe the students and record their progress and growth throughout the whole semester. If the record shows that the students' attitudes toward writing English got softer, then we can conclude the program as a success. The second way is to provide some questionnaires to the students asking how they felt about this after-school class. If more than half of the children answer that they enjoyed it and want to participate again, then we can say that the program is a success. The following are the immediate benefits of this program. First, teachers can try various activities in this class because there are a lot of students in one class. For example, group work can't be done when an English class is subjected to only one grader, but it can be done in this after-school class. Second, this can be a good opportunity to increase language input to young students who are not used to learn English. The short-term benefits are the same as the benefits of the first proposal. In long term, we can expect the students to form a habit of reading English books. The expected challenge of this program is that it can be hard to choose a book that covers the different English levels of each student. We can mitigate this problem by separating the after-school class into two groups referred to the student's English level. Even if the after-school class is divided into two groups, still there are 11 students in a class. Thus, group activities and collaboration activities can be done.
Now we're going to talk about the technologies that could be used for our proposal. We categorize language skills by listening and speaking, reading, and writing, and thought about ways to use technology in each category. In listening and speaking, Heian Elementary School doesn't have a native speaking instructor in school, so they have video chats with a native speaking instructor in after school English classes. In the class, the instructor and students have conversations, which gives them opportunities to listen and speak. So we're going to stick to video chats in the oral skills area. There are two suggestions in the reading skills category: using ebooks for reading material and using quiz platforms for reading comprehension quizzes. In our proposal, there are activities that include reading books, but buying books every time for every student costs a fortune, so we could use ebooks instead of real books to cut the budget. This is Unite for Literacy, a free ebook website. On the website, students and teachers can choose books by their category, or they can find and use what they want with the search function. There's a narration of the book, so if the students are curious about the pronunciation of new words, they can listen to what the voice actor reads. After reading activities, a reading comprehension quiz is necessary to make sure that the students understood the text. The reading comprehension quiz could be taken by using online quiz platforms such as Kahoot or Quizzes. Earlier on the proposal, when we were introducing mentor-mentee systems, there was a brief mentioning of portfolios. Our group thought it would be nice to make a portfolio using a program called Book Creator. Book Creator is a free program that allows you to create and share ebooks in the classroom. It can help students with their writing. You can sign in with your email as a teacher and make your class library. Students can make their own books by choosing a template and filling them in, or just make their book from scratch. You can write down what you want, or you can take a picture of what you wrote on paper and use the picture on the ebook. The benefits of using Book Creator are that teachers can check students' projects in real time and students can share their books with the whole class. In post-reading activities, students can draw their favorite scenes of the book, use 5Ws 1H to organize the plot, write a short summary of the book, and write down what they feel after reading the book. The students can also write a short story by organizing the plot and writing a short story and drawing illustrations. The portfolio could be used to assess students. To sum up, our group chose Heian Elementary School. We had two proposals. a mentor-mentee system, and an after-school English program. This is the end of our proposal. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, we are Group 4. I'm going to talk about technology in school proposal. This is our contents. 신동 Elementary School is a public elementary school located in 강원도 삼척시 신기면 신기리. Uniquely, there is a museum 3 minutes walk away. So we planned the program using their geographical features. Bogyong will announce it later. The total number of students is 12, consisting of 5 boys and 7 girls. And there are no 6th graders. The school consists of 4 classes, including 1 kindergarten class. It's considered a small school with only 12 students with 3 level classes and 4 teachers. The number of teachers is 4. 1 teacher is in charge of kindergartens, so there are 3 teachers in charge of elementary school. 1 teacher takes 2 classes. Since there are fewer students by grade, it seems that students from various grades are doing club activities or after-school activities together. After-school activities include playing wind instrument, English conversation class, and creating artwork and so on. The school budget is sufficiently supposed to ensure that students do not lack in their educational activities. Even in situations where field trips and outdoor activities are limited due to COVID-19, events suitable for the size of small schools could be planned and implemented.
We will now explain more about our programs and plans. We have 2 big plans using technology and locational features. We discussed about using SafePen as an educational aid and also collaborating with a nearby museum. Tindo Elementary School is consisted of a very small number of students of 12 and faculties involved in teaching of 3. So we try to solve current hardships of considering and conducting each student's educational progress. SafePen is an interactive device that can manage both inputs and outputs of students. It provides MP4, videos, recordings, and streaming functions. When you point at the pen at the linked books or contents, it detects the codes in the books and apps, and then provides the MP4 voices, reading sentences, articles, or stories, and even singing the songs pointed. When you connect the device or Bluetooth with nearby devices with screens or monitors, some of them will appear as a video format also. SafePen currently provides materials from 130 publishers, so it has a wide range of levels and diversity of stories and songs. With these devices, we can easily plan reading programs for each student. Since it also provides recorded voices, reading the sentence or words, it can broaden to listening functions as well. We thought of utilizing SafePen as a reference and flip learning in English classes. Students can read or listen to their designated stories, and then at school, they can do activities, discussions, or, and when even needed, complement lessons as well. Formally, 3 teachers prepared and designed classes for diverse levels of students in one session, but we can expect individualizing students and giving them appropriate phases of education following their abilities. Our second program involves a museum nearby. As we introduced before, not far from the school, there is Gangwon 종합박물관, which displays many kinds of things such as caves, rocks, potteries, and dinosaurs. We came up with a plan of connecting the school and museum. Students can do extracurricular activities at the museum in English, such as writing diaries, journals, and reading books about the item displayed. For younger students, we thought of activities and crafts such as making potteries, digging up a model, dinosaur fossils. Students can do individual or group projects of researching items and categories, doing activities, and ultimately make a portfolio at the end of the semester. The portfolio can include new vocabulary words or pictures, drawing diaries, and more researches including a bit of English usage. For this plan to success, we need the museum's approval first. And for students to get more information at the place, teachers and museum managers must cooperate by giving out needed information and processing it into a usable English form.
Now I'll tell benefits of our programs. First, the immediate benefits. Saipan is small, so it's easy to carry. It's available anytime and anywhere. Through the Saipan activity, students get interested in reading, speaking, and listening. Next, museum activity. Students are actively involved in program. It's a sort of field trip, so they will be excited and actively participate in programs. And students can choose the topic they like. Next, the short-term benefits. Through SAPEN activity, they can improve reading, speaking, and listening skills. Also, they will get used to reading English books or texts. Through museum activities, students can get interested in English, and English can be integrated with other subjects. Through this, they can learn a wide range of words and sentences. Finally, the long-term benefits. Students can improve overall English skills, and they can develop a habit of studying English. Through museum activities, students have a positive attitude about English. They will think English is not difficult and easy to access, and it will have positive impact on both community and education. If this program is done successfully, programs based on local community will be developed more. I'll tell challenges of our program and tell how to serve. First challenge is that SAPEN activity can be too individualized. It's important to communicate when learning language, but SAPEN activity can be end just reading the books individually. So doing activity with friends after reading, like playing games, is needed. Second, let's think about broken SAPEN. Shindong Elementary School is far from the city, so it's hard to get repaired. So teachers should instruct students to use carefully but prepare extra ones in case of breakdown. SAPEN is not expensive, so it's possible to prepare extra ones. Next, challenges of museum activity. We should decide when to go. It's a sort of field trip, so we have to consider everyone's schedule. So we think it's best to use after class hours or creative activities class. Next challenge is difficult contents of museum. To lower level of students, to project about pottery or nature can be difficult. So teachers have to identify each student's level and help them choose appropriate level of content. For example, lower level of students can choose the topic of a dinosaur, which is easier than other topic.
Hello, we're Group 7, majoring in English education. I will explain about the Community Exploration Project that combines Sanyang Elementary School Specialized Education Project with English activities and technology. First of all, before introducing the project, I will explain about the school's characteristics such as the location and demographics of Sanyang Elementary School. Sanyang Elementary School was opened in 1945 and it is located in Hwacheon-gun, Gangwon-do. And Hwacheon-gun is located near the demilitarized zone, and as the geographical name Sanyang suggests, it is located in a mountainous area. The total number of students in Sanyang Elementary School is 26, and the number of a class is 6, including a special class. Among them, the number of students in the 4th and 5th grades is small, so the 2 grades are integrated. So there are 4 first graders, 6 second graders, 7 third graders, 5 first and 5th graders, and 3 sixth graders. Next, There are a total of 21 school staff, and the actual number of teachers in charge of the aforementioned class is 6. The distinctive project of Sanyang Elementary School is called Small School Hub Making Specialization Project. Before talking about main content of this project, it is first necessary to clarify the purpose of the project shown in this document. First, it emphasized the role of the village community as a learning ground. Secondly, it emphasized the professionalism of teachers. Third, it emphasized promoting students' self-directedness. Finally, it also emphasized the happiness of students, parents, and local residents. Therefore, the project we devised has a similar purpose. It is a project to promote self-directed learning in the community with students, parents, and local residents together. One of the main contents of this specialized project is My Town Exploration Learning. And the main theme of our English learning has also been associated with this. It is a link between social subjects and English subjects that explore Hwacheon-gun, where Sanyang Elementary School is located. We organized My Town Exploration Learning into 3 activities to link it to the English curriculum. Map making activity, investigating various jobs in the village, and exploring local festivals are the detailed activities of the project. In mapping activity, it can be linked to where is the market in the 5th grade and how can I get to the museum in the 6th grade. And in the job investigating activity, it can be linked to I want to be a photographer. At this time, the 6th grade unit Do You Know Anything About Hanok is freely available for each activity. The last regional festival exploration activity can be linked to the 5th grade Our Join Us Ski Camp unit. Therefore, we have linked the Village Exploration Project consisting of 3 activities with the corresponding English unit, and will utilize Link3 and video call and gather town technologies in the process.
What is a link tree? We will use a social media called Linktree. Linktree is a platform that allows multiple profiles to be registered on a single link. It can be seen as a necessary social medium to handle a lot of information. Why should it be Linktree? The reason why we want to use Linktree in English classes is to encourage students to voluntarily pay attention to their community by using English expressions they learned in class. Linktree was chosen not only to develop learning skills in English subjects, but also to increase interest in the community, thereby increasing self-directed learning skills in the long run from the perspective of students and promoting regional development in the community. In addition, it has a unique appearance and is easy for elementary school students to handle. How to use it to improve English skill? I thought about how students can effectively improve their English skills from the perspective of teachers and students. Considering the small number of students in the region, teachers can provide customized guidance focusing on individual student learning situations and immediate feedback. Students can create this link tree themselves and promote their English skills along with interest in the community. In the process of creating a link tree, students can focus on essential vocabulary and sentence expressions for grades 5 and 6, and teach them to express sentences that are slightly higher than their own levels or skills. Instead of just reading the sentence expressions written in the textbook and practicing them repeatedly, students can think about where to use the expressions they have learned. Online technologies that can be used to create videos introducing communities using Linktree in English classes or video call and Gather Town. Since the beginning of the known face-to-face era, many people have used video calls, and the representative video call medium is Zoom. Its effectiveness has already been demonstrated as it is already in use worldwide. Using this as an elementary school class, you can learn by video calling with people who live in community with various career paths in the online environment. What is a video call? In the post-corona era, video calls will be used more actively by various professions and more in educational settings. In fact, even elementary school students are told to use video calls in class. The important thing when using Zoom is to set expressions for students to use and to correct students' errors immediately. What is a Gather Town? Gather Town is a miniature of the society in which we live in a virtual environment. It is a virtual space, but it is a service that can communicate using video and audio, such as meeting real people. It is based on computer pixel, and it sets up and moves on one's own character within the town and freely communicates with the desired person or does certain things. It is implemented within universities of many startup companies. The fun thing about Gather Town is that character in virtual spaces lead to video conversations that show the real world. When the characters in the virtual space meet each other, they can automatically turn on video and audio without any action and talk to each other. It is an online implementation of an experience similar to starting a conversation with a friend next to you or meeting an acquaintance you know on the street. Then let's watch a video introducing the key things about Gather Town for those of you who will be unfamiliar with it. Why should it be Gather Town? If elementary school students use it by creating a network in a virtual space when they have difficulty experiencing various things economically and time, they will be more interested in the class and be able to immerse themselves in the class. How to use it to improve English skill. Once again, we will explain the perspective of teachers and students separately. You can create a situation similar to the situation in your daily life where what you have learned in class is used. Students should be able to recognize their errors by immediately feedbacking English errors that occur during the project. In the case of students, you can review the English expressions you learned in class by meeting local people in Gather Town. For example, after learning "Do you know anything about Hanok?" you can practice the expressions you learned by asking about places or attractions in the region, such as "Do you know anything about Obongsan?" You can also learn the expression "How can I get to the museum?" and practice asking and answering questions with friends in the town. In addition, there are various difficulties in meeting people in person in the community. So you can meet people in virtual space such as Gather Town talk to them in real life, and get information about their career paths. In order to study English more effectively, it is recommended to set expressions that students can use when using this gathered town.
The following is about benefits. First, immediate benefits of our plan. Interested in English class and participate voluntarily. Because the task of learning English is directly related to their lives, children can participate in classes voluntarily with more interest in familiar topics. English learning for communication, not English learning for studying. The reason why many children are reluctant to English is that they think it is a hard and boring study. However, if they learn English as a means of communication, they will be interested in learning the usefulness of English. Teachers and students play an active role as producers. English learning centered on textbooks makes teachers and students passive consumers of knowledge. However, if children learn English according to our plan, it promotes a sincere learning experience in which they actively explore and express themselves. Organically connecting knowledge to enable more effective learning. Through the convergence of social and English subjects, learners can connect knowledge organically in a social context. In the process of integrating concepts from multiple disciplines into organic relationships, new insights can not only be promoted but also have a more comprehensive view of the world. Discovering a new channel of communication. They can find a new window to communicate with people like Zoom and Gather Town in an era that is becoming untouched by the corona situation. Second, the short-term benefits. Interest and confidence in English. The experience of using English to create a resultant reality will make children interested in English and confident. Communities and schools collaborate to find talent. Hwa Chun-gun plans to prevent population outflow through education and raise future talents through long-term investment. Through our plan, we can find children who stand out in English but have poor educational environment and create opportunities to provide sufficient English education. The desire to learn English more for communication. Children who have learned English for communication, not learning, will continue to be able to overcome their regional limitations. Through English and new communication channels, communicate with more diverse people and gain knowledge and information. Last, the long-term benefits. Achieve the goal of English education. The English curriculum aims to foster learners' English communication skills, while at the same time cultivating exemplary civic awareness and create thinking skill closely related to intellectual competence. It is also the goal of English teaching to understand the value of Korean culture based on a proper understanding of foreign culture and to develop basic manner, cooperation, and knowledge as citizens of the world through mutual recognition of value. Through our plan, children will continue steadily without losing interest in English. The community will be affectionately interested and will learn to understand and embrace the cultures of other countries through wider channels of communication. This can be seen as achieving what English education requires. Avoiding the risk of consolidation. School consolidation is becoming a problem as the number of children in Gangwon-do decreases. However, if this project is carried out, students can be expected to enter cities such as Chuncheon on the back of demand for quality classes. Collaboration with nearby schools. It is possible to develop more programs in conjunction with other elementary schools in the same area. More broadly, collaboration is possible in other nearby areas. Now I'm going to tell you challenge and difficulties. First, the gap between grades. In the case of Sanyang Elementary School, there are concerns about the academic performance declining of the fifth grade because the contents of the fourth and fifth grades are the same due to integration of fourth and fifth grades. We can solve these problems by providing different learning materials. It is impossible to separate classes because it is one of the characteristics of the school that other grades have to take classes together. To solve this problem, teachers must be able to provide learners with different materials. For example, if fifth grade children are given blanks and allowed to perform freely during writing activities, on the other hand, fourth grade children will be given necessary words and rearrange it to make correct sentences. It can also make a difference in class topics, which increase the proportion of writing and speaking classes for fifth grades and provide materials for reading and listening for fourth grades, which are relatively easy. Second, class turns into a play. When we use GatherTown or Zoom prepared by our group, children don't follow the teacher's instruction and do what they were curious about. It is a problem that classes can turn into play. These classes will not achieve the goal of learning English that was originally intended. We can solve this problem by using CCQs. Trying to control children unconditionally for this is never a good idea, because children rather lose interest. Children should be given enough time to explore freely, but that doesn't mean releasing children freely. It is CCQ that teachers need to prepare to reach their class goals while children are free to work. Teachers should prepare effective questions that learners should ask so that children can freely explore themselves and learn essential elements at the same time.
All right, there it is. That's all it is. That's all there was. Those are all 9 teams' videos over the course of 3 weeks. And that's the end of our class. There is still the round 3 of evaluation, the feedback assignment that I want you to turn in and take care of that, and that's fine. And then there's also an exit survey. You've done them before from previous classes, but it's just this is the first time I've ever done this topic, and your feedback of what you thought was helpful or what you enjoyed and what you didn't is very helpful, because otherwise, especially because we're online, I don't know what was engaging and what wasn't, because I can't see your faces. I can't literally see reactions. So if you could fill out the exit surveys, those are very helpful for me. Have a wonderful vacation, a wonderful summer vacation, and hopefully we'll be on campus again next semester and we can be human again. All right. Thank you very much. Stay safe and goodbye.